Hello guys, my name is Supal and you are watching GenXClub. Today we are going to build a web app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let me show you the app so that you can know what are we going to build exactly. So this is the app that we are going to build in this video. Currently I have two nodes in here. One's name is programming and the other's name is video editing. So I can delete this node by clicking the delete button here. To create a node we have to enter the title of the node and just enter the body. I have copied this text before and add note. You can see the note has been added. We can store our important notes and related stuff in this app. So we can also search the notes. For example, I will add one more, create one more code here, one more note here, and paste this and add note. We can search them by title. If we search here COD, you can check the notes have been filtered because programming doesn't contain COD. It has been disappeared and coding contains COD. That's why it is appearing still. So here I have opened my VS Code and let's open a new folder here. And I will name it Notes App GenXClub and just select that folder. Yeah, let us wait while it opens. So here we will create three new files. One is HTML file, one is a CSS and one is JavaScript file. Here is our HTML file, index.html and style.css and one more script.js. So we are going to use Bootstrap in this video. So let me go to the Bootstrap website and copy the boilerplate from there. I will go in docs and let's just copy this and paste it here. So we will change the title and h1. We'll set its title to Notes App GenXClub and we'll set this to notes. And now we'll copy the navbar from the components and then navbar. So let's just copy this and paste it before our h1. So now we will remove the components that we do not need. We need a form to search, but we don't need this UL for drop downs and neither one of these. That's it. Okay, fine. Now we will change this to notes. Notes app. Notes GenXClub. Yeah, it's fine. And we will just change the color. Navbar dark and its VG will be dark. So now I will open this with live server by clicking go live here. You have to just wait while it's opening. Yeah, it has opened. You can see it's looking nice. Now we can style the h1 with our style.css. Let's just link the style.css with our HTML file. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and we will pick up a font from Google Fonts. Just open fonts.google.com and select. We have to select one font. Yeah, this font is nice. It is a bit funky. Let's select this style and copy the link tag from here. Just paste it into the head of your index.html and copy the font family property. In style.css we will select our hash heading. We will give our h1 id called heading. And where is our h1? So we will give it id heading and then paste that property here. So Yeah, and we will align it in center. So text align center. Let's just save this. And why didn't it come in center? Okay, wait, I think something is wrong here. No, everything is fine. Let's just have it display pop so that, oh shit, I have written text emphasis instead of text align. Okay, that's nice. And you can check the text has been aligned in center and it is working good. So now we'll take this form to the left. For that we have to also add a media query. I will tell you why we have to add a media query. I will give it a class called search form. We have to give a media query because that I will show you it. Because in smaller bit devices the navbar comes like this. So if we increase its margin left, it will go out of the screen, or else it will expand the screen. So that's why we have to give a media query here. And let's just give it. So we call dot search form, and its margin left will be approx 50% enough, I think. Let's check it. No, we have to give some more. Yeah, it's nice now. And just add a media query and max width is 700 pixel. Then its margin left will be 0 pixel, and we will give a bit of margin top, that is 20 pixel is enough. Okay, oops, we have not selected the search form. Search form, yeah, just add a curly bracket here and let's save it. Yeah, it's looking nice now. And if we inspect it, oops, what's happening now? Yeah, everything should be fine. Okay, let's just give it display to be block. That will be fine, you know. And we will give a class to its inner elements so that we can style them properly. Here we will give a class. Oops, they have already mentioned the class property. Just add a class. That. So search elements, and here we will run dot search elements, width 50%, and not 50, 40 will be enough, I think. And just margin top 10 pixel will be enough. Oops, what happened? Just give them a display of block. Yeah, that should be fine, you know. We'll just increase this, because, yeah, now it's looking good. Okay, let's just remove this and see how it looks. Yes, it's fine, absolutely fine. Okay, now let's remove this, and okay, so we will give a bit of margin top to our heading, that is of 30 pixel. And now here we will create a form. The transaction will be hash, and inside it we will have an input. Its type will be text. For entering our title, we will give it a title, and sorry, we will give, I have given it a ID of title, and a placeholder. enter your title. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll give it id to our form, that is main form, and just call it here hash main form. Oops, just give it its display will be block, and its margin will be auto, and we'll give it a width and height. Width of 400 pixel is enough, and height of 500 pixel. Let's just check it. Wait, we'll give it a border of 0.4 pixel, outset black, and a bit of border radius, that is of 9 pixel. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just decrease the height of our form. 450 pixels should be enough. Yeah. Now let's style our title, input column, I mean our text area in which we will add our title. So we'll give it display, oops, not in line, block, and margin auto. Yeah, that's fine. And do oops, and the width of 240 pixel is enough, I think, and height of 40 pixel. Yeah, that's looking nice. Just we'll give it a margin of 30 pixel, and we'll give text align to be center, not emphasis. Text align to be center. Yeah, that's nice. Now it's looking good, as you can see. And a bit of border radius. I like doing everything border radius. I like curved edges. Yeah, it's looking good. Now let's just add our text area for entering the body of our note. So text area, name equals note, id equals also note, and just get a placeholder. Enter the body of your note. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And let's just call it here in our CSS hash note. And what we'll do is, first of all we will give it a display block and margin auto. Let's check it. Yeah, okay. We'll give it a bit of margin top, that is of 20 pixel is enough, and its width should be 300 pixel, and height should be 200 pixel is enough, I think. Yeah. Let's just decrease the width a bit and increase the height. Yeah. And now we'll give it a border of 2 pixel solid black and a bit of border radius. 9 pixel is enough. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, now we will create a button and we'll give it colors and all with our bootstrap. Bootstrap provides a feature for that. So button, and we'll give it some classes like btn dark, and btn edge. Yeah, you can see it's here and it has been styled. So then give it add note. Yeah, that's fine. And let's just select a font for the button. I think let's just remove that. Oops. Just wait more. And let's select this one. That looks nice. Yeah, This style is nice. Just copy the link tag, paste it in our head section, and copy the font family tag and paste it. We will call the button, we will give it ID. ID add note. Oops, we have, oh shit, not that. We don't have to add search, just add note. And placeholder will be enter the body of your note. Yeah, that's right. And where is our oops, not that, not this button, sorry. Let's just remove this, and yeah, it's done. Okay, that's fine. Oops, it's ID search, and let's give our add note button ID add note, and let's call it here hash add note. We'll give it a custom width and height. Width will be 250 pixel, I think it will be enough, and the height will be of 50 pixel. Wait, that's nice. And what else you have to do? Yeah, font family. That's nice. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, it's looking good. Wait, just we have to do its display block and margin auto, and a bit of margin top of 30 pixel is enough. Yeah, that's looking good. And just give we will give a bit of margin top to our main form, that is 40 pixel. Wait, some more. We'll give it approximately of 100 pixel. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, now I think the designing part is over. Now let's head on to JavaScript. So before that, we will add a div.notes here. We'll have all our notes in this. So first of all, we will create a functionality to add our note. So now we will add a functionality to add our notes into the local storage. So I will copy the ID for our add note button, and we will create an instance of it here. So let add note button equals document dot get element by ID add note. Yeah, that's right. And we'll add an event listener to it. Click function, and yeah, and here we will declare two variables, let notes and let titles. These two are our two JSON arrays. One is for storing all our notes and one is for storing all our titles. So if there are any items in our local storage, we'll store them into our notes and titles arrays. So if local storage dot get item notes is equal to null, then notes equals an empty array and titles equals an empty array. Yeah, and else notes equals json dot parse local storage dot get item notes, and titles equals json dot parse local storage dot get item titles. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and now what we will do is we will add our new notes and new titles to our notes and titles array, and then we'll to our notes and titles array to our local storage. So let new note equals document dot get element by id note and dot value. Note was the idea for a text area which we made, so notes dot push new note and let new title equals document dot get element by id title, yeah, dot value, wait, okay, and titles dot push new title, yeah, and local storage dot set item notes local storage dot, we have to convert them into the string using JSON.stringify because we can't store JSON array into our local storage. So yeah, and local storage dot set item titles JSON.stringify titles, yeah, and in my application I will check my local storage. Okay, now I will enter title of note anything and okay, let's check what, okay, I know. So here I have to write e and e dot prevent default so that the page doesn't reload, yeah. Now let's check it. Okay, add note, yeah, there is one error, oops, one spelling mistake. Yeah, now let's check it. You can check the notes has been added, notes and titles array has been added. So now let's check one more. Yeah, they have been added, you can see its length is 1, 2 and there is one SDF anything, I just typed anything, but yeah, you got the point. Now we'll create a function to show all our notes. We'll name it show notes, yeah, and inside it we'll here declare two variables like usual, our two JSON arrays, and let HTML equals an empty string. Okay, now if no local storage dot get item notes is equal to null, then notes equals an empty array and titles equals an empty array, and HTML equals, here we will add an h1 tag, oops, yeah, and closing h1 and no notes yet, we will give it an id of id equals no notes yet title. Okay, now we will style it in our CSS. Oh, actually I have already styled it. So its margin top is 30 pixel, font family is phono space, and margin left is 40 pixel. So yeah, and else we'll add an else statement, notes equals json dot parse local storage dot get item notes, yeah, and titles equals json dot parse local storage dot get item titles, yeah, that's right. And now we will execute an for each loop or our notes array. So here an function element and index, it will take two arguments, we can name it anything. Okay, HTML plus equals and quoted string, and inside it will have one div, and we'll give it some classes. So card and note, we have given it two classes, and we'll close the div here, and inside our div we'll create one more div. So, and we'll give it a class called cart body. Yeah, and it's fine. And inside it we'll have one h1, not h1, h2. Yeah, h2, and close it. We'll just give it an id of title and dollar and curly bracket. Inside it we have to write index. So what will this do is it will give it an id of the title hyphen index. Means if the index is 0, its id will be title hyphen 0. If the index is 1, its id will be title hyphen 1, so on. And now we'll insert an paragraph here. Yeah, okay, and inside it we will write our element. So the paragraph will contain our note. Yeah, and okay, we'll apply a bit of styling to our card. So style equals display block margin auto and width 18 rem. Yeah, it's okay. And outside of the else statement we'll write document dot query selector dot notes dot inner html equals html. And now we will execute an for each loop over the titles array. So titles dot for each function element and index. Okay, that's fine. And inside it we'll just have document dot query selector query selector hash, what was the idea, title index. So we have to just change this into a quoted string. Yeah, it's fine now. Dot inner text equals element. Yeah, okay, we are done with our show notes function. So let's check if it works. We will call it here show notes and also call it here yeah, let's check it. You can see our notes have been shown. Just it's the problem with our titles. Let's check what is it. There is one error. Okay, let's check what is the error. We have not included the hyphen here. So now let's check here. Now it is clear. So we'll also add and delete button here. Yeah, and br and then button. Yeah, its name will be delete note, and we'll give it an id of, we'll use an dollar and curly bracket here and write index and give some bootstrap classes btn outline, not outline, just dark is enough, and on click equals delete note, and it will take an argument or this that id. We'll create this function later. So now let's check if it works. Yeah, it is working nice. So we'll just give a bit of margin bottom here. So margin bottom 5 pixel. Yeah, okay, nice. So Now we'll create our delete note function. So now we will create the delete note function. We have already given the on click property on the button here, so now we will create it. So function delete note, and it will take an index. Okay, let notes, as usual we'll load our local storage item into our queries. So let titles, and if local storage dot get item notes is equal to null, then notes equals an empty array, and titles equals an empty array. Okay, and else notes equals json dot parse local storage dot get item notes, and the same for titles. So json dot parse local storage dot get item titles. Yeah, now we'll remove one element from our notes and titles array. So notes dot splice index, from its index is the given index, and here we have to remove one item, that's the one. So titles dot splice index and 1. Yeah, that's right. And now we'll again load our notes and titles array into our local storage. So local storage dot set item notes, and json dot parse notes. Yeah, and local storage dot set items titles. Oops, not json dot parse, json dot stringify, sorry. Json dot stringify notes. Yeah, okay. Now let's check if it works. We have to also call show notes here, so the notes are being refreshed. Yeah, if we click this, you can check the note has been deleted. Yeah, now we'll create a functionality to search our notes. So now we will create a functionality to search our notes. For that, we'll create an instance of our search button using document.getElementById, and its ID was search. Okay, and we will add an event listener to it. Click and function. Yeah, and now we will get our query. So let query equals document.getElementById search query. Yeah, search query was the idea of our input tag of our text field to enter the search query. Yeah, and now we'll write if query is not equal to an empty string, and we'll also add else. If query is equal to an empty string, then we have to enter query to search. Yeah, we have to also write here dot value and dot to lowercase. Yeah, we have used dot to lowercase to make our app to prevent our app from being case sensitive. So yeah, and now what we'll do is we'll get all our titles using document.getElements my class name. We have given our titles a class called titles. So titles, let's check once if I have given or not. Yeah, we have given it a class. Okay, now we'll write array dot from titles dot, we'll execute a for each loop here, and inside it element, not square bracket is yeah. Now we write title equals element dot inner text dot to lowercase, yeah. And if title dot contains query, then what we have to do is title dot parent element, not title, element dot parent element, sorry, parent element dot parent element dot style dot display equals block, and else element dot parent element dot style dot display equals none, yeah. Now what will we have, now I'll explain the code to you. So if title dot contains query means if the title of our note contains our query, then what we have done is we have our h1 element here as element, and its parent element is our card body class div. And I'll show you, this is its parent element and this is its grandfather, I mean the parent element of this. So we have set it display to be block if the query contains the our title, and else we have set its display to be none, so it will be disappeared. Now let's check if it works. So I'll close this console and search for video. I have 3 nodes here, so I'll search. We have tried e.prevent default here to prevent the page from reloading. Yeah, now let's check. Reload it one time and video. Yeah, and let's check if there are any errors. There is one. We have a spelling mistake here. On which line? Yeah, 83. Okay, here. And the spelling is right, I think. It is not contains, it includes in JavaScript. Yeah. It's right now. Let's search for video. Yeah, it's not a function, it's just a value. Okay. We remove these round brackets from here, and these errors happen while we are coding. So now let's check. You can see the other nodes have been disappeared. Now if we reload this and check for P, you can see these 2 nodes are appearing and the video editing node has been disappeared. So we have finally made our notes app.